Hello everyone, and welcome back once again. I had a little bit of a conundrum earlier, deciding whether I wanted to continue my Vampyr game here, or if I was going to play some... gosh darn it. Hey Makamega! Debating between Vampyr or the Jurassic Park Evolution. It's a tough choice because that just came out the other day. I've been playing that a little bit last evening, a little bit earlier today. I've been having a lot of fun with it. However, at the same time, kind of need to play this too, because we need to finish off the story. And I may have read something online because I was checking that if I could have saved that person on the table last night. And apparently I couldn't, so that's fine. But then I found something else out that one of the choices I made that isn't apparently going to go quite the way that I had hoped it was going to go. And I had that feeling when it was happening too, that was the case, considering what was happening when I was mesmerizing her. So yeah, both look good. This one's a pretty neat story to it. Let's do this last Steam if we stop for a bit. Oh, it's true. Just between the last Wednesday and then starting up again on Monday. That alone was tough. I was just sitting there going like, because I started playing Dying Light over the weekend and then playing something. Yeah, it's trying to remember everything, going, oh no. Well, it's pretty easy to pick back up again. Just as long as I don't keep off it for a long time. Alright, now, I'm also apparently not sleeping as much as some other people, I guess, because they're commenting about how quickly some wards are getting sick and all that, and that only happens once you start to go to sleep. Very Dishonored-esque feel. I played, what was it, about halfway through that one, I think, before I had stopped. I'm a very stealthy guy. I like being sneaky. Which is one thing I'm disappointed that I can't be in this game. Just a stealth vampire jumping about. But oh well. And then, but at the same time with that one, a lot of encounters are really hard if you're trying to go through the entire game without killing people and
human
sneaking
blood.
around.
Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
I wonder if I killed...
Kill him, boy!
Oh shit.
Crush the leech, boys!
Whoop.
I'll take you
Oh, I can't see.
Burn it, boys!
Yeah, I need to get this guy out of the fight right away because I have a hard time against them. Ooh, I heard more guns. Oh, I didn't dodge that.
Let's see how it lights a bit of fire!
Alright, one little guy down. Vincent Sheen is almost done. Got him. Okay. Woo! Alright. Cool. Oh, you son of a bitch.
I'll take its head!
There we go.
Die, vermin!
Oh. Oh, this guy's a lot weaker. Oh, that was a nice gas attack. Got me flat-footed. Okay, we need to refill our blood. Oh yeah, these little guys just keep reappearing. Alright, no problem. Wow. Okay, let's fill up. Regenerate ourselves here. Some blood, and then we are full. No problem. Trying to see what symbol, if they had specifically done this human blood in a symbol or not. Nothing that I can tell. Oh wait, did anybody else drop anything? No. No. Oh. Wait, I lied. There we go, watery blood samples. Mute. I had a few little mini boss people by the looks of it. That's kind of neat. And now we're back to the Pembroke Hospital. Here's my room.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Water, but how? How do I give it water? Oh. But it won't tell me. Let's see, so all that watery blood doesn't seem to matter much. Watery brisk. Watery rich, okay. This guy, you know what, guitar? Mock, I think you need to do something about guitar here. Hey, hey. Good to see you back. Gotta ask you, how was your trip? I saw a couple of the photos there. Looked like it was pretty exciting. Some excellent views. I didn't mean to actually change my outfit. I, for some reason, thought it was just the locker to look inside. Put back on my hat. Your trip? Wasn't it to San Francisco? I know it was a little ways back now. Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't mean anything like really recent. I think it's been a little while now. I just forgot to ask you last time you were on. Oh, we have a heartless man here now. Wait. Where's she? Oh, she's probably down below. Yeah, she was up in the front of the hospital last time. Mock knows all about hearts being left behind. I think everybody here is alright. Except I didn't know how to treat for a headache, so that's good. Lady Ashburn. Yeah, what? Oh, she's behind me. How dare you!
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
And your wisdom teeth removed? Oh, man. 70%. Yeah. See, I don't really need to get mine removed, or at least I think. I've never had anybody say anything.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination
Small
to learn
token
more
is
about
right, 50
vampires or your
shillings.
current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Look at her. It's emergency pain related, eh? I have a molar back here that part of it's just sheared right off. And this was one that I had a root canal in. I don't know. This is why I hate dentists. I feel that the holes that they're drilling in your teeth are making more problems than anything. Or at least for me. The only ever problems I've ever had are when the teeth that they've been drilling into saying there's cavities and stuff from when I was younger. All my other teeth seem perfectly fine. But yeah, so I've got this big hole in my molar now. Just because I can't afford to spend like a few $100s bloody getting a cap on it or whatever. Refilled, refixed, cap on it and all that. It's insurance only covers so much.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders.
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Blah, blah, blah.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but
Obviously she's not.
are
but-
you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Nobody likes playing politics.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Oh, now I can analyze the blood. Fine. Woohoo!
Perhaps I
Fresh
should
opium.
consider the offer from that Cadigan fellow.
Go, go, go. Ever talk to her?
Good evening, Miss
Yeah, I
Hagrid.
believe I did.
I'll leave you, Miss...
Alright, now. How am I doing for the investigations? Alright, all those succeeded. I needed to reach the pharmacy. Let's go finish this one. Before I analyze that blood. Actually, how far is it first? Oh, it's at the docks. That's not bad.
Hello again, Mr. Blight. I'm happy to see Mr. Thatcher is safe, for now.
I'm eternally grateful, Doctor. We were total strangers and you helped us anyway. Can't thank you enough, sir.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
He is healthy. Excellent. Don't need to give him anything.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. Couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Yeah, I could see why he wouldn't
Goodbye,
like
Mr.
rats
Blight.
from that.
Take care of yourself.
As for not knowing what's like waking up in a pile of bodies, that's kind of how I woke up into my vampire life. So... go there.
Stay away way!
Okay, bye. Oh wait, that's a skull. Just had such a... One moment here. Do. Someone is asking me for a link to my stream, so I'm just quickly sending that off. Alright, that has been sent. Zatran, you're here! Hello, hello! Yeah. Sent. Just have to send out one last quick message. Oh my goodness, apparently I can't spell. Done! Haha, I'll speak pretentiously like the doctor, I agree. You see, I like that style of speech. Not necessarily the pretentious part, but especially compared to nowadays base lingo and... I find that the manner of language nowadays to be rather lacking. I prefer a little bit more intelligence in my conversation. Lacking form and substance, quite indeed. So Zaytran, I'm not sure if you got my message. Thank you for joining the Discord server there. I definitely appreciate it. I know how tough it... Oh shit, there's another boss? No, it's tough keeping track of all these darn Discord servers. They're popping up like mad. All over the place. Oh, that is the boss I'm hitting. There we go, his friend is now down. We'll jump into this guy. Ooh. Oh, there's another one now. Alright. They're not going to sneak up. You youngins with your interwebs. Back in my day, we had to write letters. Oh, he's one of those shadow makers. Freaking bastards. Oops. There we go. Because those shadows hurt me as well. Oh, snap. Haha, he thought he caught me without stamina, but I can still use blood points. I wrote the other day, actually. Well, that is impressive. Wait, was it a bill or an actual letter? There's a big difference. Alright, I'm running low on blood, so I'm thinking I'm going to try downing him, drinking his blood. Nice. Ooh. Alright, he got me, but I had the last laugh. Oh yeah, look at all this. Dr. Strickland's list, ordered by Dr. Theodore Strickland, Pembroke Hospital. List of substances and ingredients. All kinds of good stuff.
Opiate is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Yeah, good old opium. Can I go inside? Cannot. Disappointment. Disappointment. Now, I'm in the docks, and I want to be going up this way. Might be going. We're looking for some medicine. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Don't want to fall into the water. Wait, what? Oh, did I actually get it? Oh, apparently, yeah, that's all that was.
Cross the
Oh,
lake!
jeez. Oh, man, there's a bunch of them, too.
You'll pay for that!
Okay, I need my stem. Ah, was not fast enough. Alright, we're good to go. So I'm loading that upgrade. I upgraded my stake so this way it does more damage. I know, Guitar, you wanted me to use guns, but I just love... Ooh, I've been saving them more for bosses now when I know they're coming up. I like the amount of stun these stakes do. I don't know why I bit him. I have full blood.
Watch it! It's a killer!
And okay. Stun him. Do this. Drink his blood and then finish him off. Alright. No problemo. How's Etran? You were, have you been able to play the forest anymore? Did you increase your base, or have they torn it down around you already? No, I don't need to go back inside there. We'll just head straight back to the hospital. Fill everybody in. Okay, we are back. Oh, and I have to find Theodore Strickland. Oh, Theodore, where are you? I've played it more in non-VR mode. It's definitely relaxing compared to playing it in VR. Oh, I believe it. I mean, when I'm in my Vive, and when I was doing, what was it, the Brooklyn Experiment, that was the one. I quite enjoyed that before it was the full release game. Swansea, the hell is Strickland? And yeah, having those zombies, especially when they get close to you and they're life-sized, coming right at you. It's like, whoa. I see an unknown. I saw an unknown. Okay, where was that? Right there. Oh, that's probably... Wait. An unfinished letter. Ooh. Pembroke Hospital, 2nd of November. My dear children, sorry I did not write to you before, but it hurts like hell just to write these just to write these few words on bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as the doctors fix his arm. In the meantime, if you need something, go see Mr. Chadwick at the construction site and tell him you are Harvey Fiddick's children. You remember Robert Chadwick, the big guy with a mustache who helped me repair the house doors last spring? Go see him and ask for a few bob. He won't refuse to spare you a few. I'm sorry, I can't work anymore for now, but we'll figure out something as soon as I'm out. Don't worry, everything will be fine as soon as Daddy's arm is strong again. As soon as the doctors have fixed my arm. I... That's all he can write.
From her.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Doctor.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Oh, this is driving me nuts. Normally when I start using the controller, this little circle disappears. Ah, there we go. Okay. I just had to click with the mouse. Strickland, there we are. Do I have to give him a talking to about that opium?
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Uh-huh.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Sure it is.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Oh, this is tough. Like, do I want to support him or not? On one hand, he is legitimately trying to help people. And he's specifically saying he's testing on the far too extreme cases where they're going to be dead anyway, so they may as well try. I'm going to assume that he's asking first before injecting people. I'm hoping, considering that he didn't actually just go ahead with the surgery on that one guy with the arm. And if I'm helping him... If I'm telling him no, he's just going to start doing it in secret anyways. At least with my support, he's got my expertise to at least help.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Who knows, maybe he'll be the guy to find the cure.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
See, exactly like I thought. While I may not be able to turn him away, at least if I can get some different stuff. Okay, there was that one unknown person out here. I want to make sure that that was just the body she was drinking from, Lady Ashburn. Yes, it is. Okay. Cool. So we have now gone ahead and almost completed all of these. I'm pretty sure I have all the ingredients to go ahead and make this. Let's go ahead with that. Ooh, actually. Loot! I mean, he did say to all the resources at the hospital at my disposal. And I'm trying to find a cure. So it must be alright. I assume that means everything restocks after a certain point in time. Because I had looted all of these. I'm really pretty darn sure about that.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked. Workbench. Yeah. One unit of sodium. 8 potassium. Ferrous. Ferrous traits. So I have the sodium, the ferrous tartrate. What I don't have is potassium. I believe. Oh no, I have potassium. So I do have everything. Unless I don't have 6 units of ferrous. I'm good. I've got everything. Unless I have to actually make item. And formulate the medicament. Ferrous. Sodium. Codeine. That's codeine. So what am Light stamina.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Learn more about the vampire epidemic. First get rid of the Spanish and then you just have the flu. Exactly. See, now I'm not understanding. I have the ingredients. But none of these items that I have here
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Unless that's not considered the medical
Strickland's
desk.
project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Aykroyd.
Yeah, damn it. That was the only thing I could think of. It had to be a different desk. And this is the first time I've used this desk that I remember anyways. Oh, dear lord. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to lie down. Oh, things better not go to shit when I wake up. Oh, man. Alright, we're going to up the damage of my bite. Plus 100%. Wow, yeah. Keeps going up, up, up. Then you can also heal while biting. I mean, that would be nice. The main reason why I'm biting is because I need to heal. Now, other than that, what I'm thinking... The leap, I'm not caring for all that much. It's nice that I can spring in close, but it does next to no damage for one. It's only 20. Where's Blood Barrier? It absorbs the whole hit. I can become invulnerable. And not to mention, it doesn't cost any blood. And it lasts for a while, so now that's 2 hits. Now I can branch. I can either have it explode, in which case it still only does 2, or I can have it where absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. 3 hits, 3 hits. Recovery. 35, 20. Oh, I'm guessing this lowers the cooldown. Brings up to 3 hits absorbed instead of 2. Keeps the no cost. Instead of a 30-second cooldown, it goes down to 20, which is nice. Especially for a boss fight. But this one, it's every 15 seconds, I suppose. Does a lot of damage. 2 hits absorbed. Well, it's, not like I can upgrade it right now anyways. I'll have to double check on that. Plus, how much for the next upgrade? 2,000. Oh my lord. Ooh. Would like less cost. It's a decent amount more damage. Feel fine about this so far. You know what? Let's up my biting one more time. I lied. 2 more times. Use all the experience. Oh, I went from base damage up to 300% more damage now. It's gonna be nice. What was I thinking? Reset. Spend 0 experience to reset skills. Okay. Does that reset everything? It does! Oh, yes! Yes! Because I had bought some stuff that I was like, about. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's a respec. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And instead it spends 0 experience to do it. So it looks like I didn't have to worry about anything. Now the stamina, I was at plus 45%, which I was perfectly happy with. I was loving that. I did enjoy the extra health. I had grabbed this blood. Oh, science! Don't care about that. Don't care about that. And we wanted a little bit more heal. Coagulation. Blood barrier. Blood barrier Mark II. Oh, this is going to save me so much blood. Because now I'm not spending 1,000, was it? Oh, 500 for spring. And blood mist was 1,000. Oh, yes. Although that's still 2,000. Okay, then bite. I wanted to up this to 300% again. Oh man, look at that. 3,000 experience left still. There, and there we go. Now is my ultimate. Okay. That's what I had forgotten. I wanted to get my ultimate. Okay, Rage. You lose control and let the beast take over for a short time. The beast teleports itself to all enemies around you and strikes them with furious blows. The Abyss. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet, coming to life. Shadows interrupt an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage. 600, yeah, that is a lot. Or Blood Cauldron. You focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode, dealing damage to the target and anything nearby. Now the problem I have with Abyss, which is what I had with the bloody Shadow Mist, is some of the guys leap around really quickly. Or they're dodging around, and it could just be a total whiff. Gone. And you're paying for that risk-reward with extra damage. With these other ones, it doesn't look like it would be. I'm debating between Rage and Blood Cauldron. Now this one, it'll strike everybody around me. Whereas this one will be everyone around my target. So with this one, it could be a great opener. If there's a bunch of people surrounding some guy, to go target that one person and open with a Blood Cauldron, just to decimate everyone in the beginning. Whereas this one, I could use it if if I find I'm getting surrounded and overwhelmed. I could pop a blood barrier to absorb a couple shots, and then do a rage to create some breathing room. Especially if I'm out of stamina. That being the case, it looks like it doesn't do much damage. Because it's hitting everyone, whereas this one has a potential of only hitting one person. Oh man, tough, tough, tough. I like Blood Cauldron. I'll go with that. Actually, I guess we could see what ultimately it will do. Oh, it doesn't actually get anything special, just damage up. Wait. Some abilities are so powerful that even vampires fear them. Blood Cauldron is one such ability. The vampire concentrates the power on one target and makes the victim's blood boil. Through this process, the vampire will regenerate and absorb part of the target's blood. The vampire will release their prey after a few seconds, leaving damaging blood cells within them. These cells will continue to impact their host before exploding after a short time. The blast will affect any living creature near the host. Because of its dark nature, this type of ability cannot be used too often. Well, shit. So I'm gaining 400 blood when I use it, I think is what it's trying to say, while doing 230 damage. And this one just does 200 damage. The beast teleports itself to targets around them, striking with an unfettered fury. Ooh, okay. So this will do the 600 shadow damage. Ooh, you know what? I like this blood cauldron, especially now that I know that it gains me blood. I like that. Okay. And I freaking need to level this damn thing up. I needed to heal more. Oh, I don't have enough for the next level. Trade the instant health gain for a greater regeneration. 500 healing. This one is less healing, but it's instant. I think I like the regeneration. I could dodge around a lot more if I need to. Can I upgrade this? No. Which leaves me with a little bit more points left. I gain more stamina, more health, or I could hold more blood. With a little bit more stamina, because I think I was at plus 45% before. Okay. Oh, that's going to help. Following night. Disappearances in Whitechapel. Reports of mysterious disappearances have escalated in the past weeks. It has reached the point where witnesses have to queue before recounting their testimonies to an officer. Although this phenomenon appears to be a nationwide occurrence, the statements of the last 24 hours have converged around a single area in the country, Whitechapel, London. Yes, once more, the despised and loathed East End is left to struggle on its own. Continuously overlooked by the authorities, even while numerous families from this district report the unexplained disappearance of relatives and neighbors. What has happened to these missing individuals? Where are they? The only link between them seems to be their health, and their need for urgent medical attention. Until recently, it was a local secret that the only place to get help was a discreet dispensary managed by unidentified Good Samaritans. But the place now seems to be closed, and no one has any news from that facility. Did the missing persons go to a more secret place? Have they been discreetly moved to a more official service? One day soon, the London City Council's Board of Health will have to answer for this new mystery. Fuck. Missing. Fuck. God damn it. So this was the thing that I was reading about that I realized. Your choice considering that we may have been reported by the press. No shit. Fuck. What I had meant to do when I was trying to do the mesmerize on her is I wanted her to forget the blackmail. Not everything. Apparently, because I'm a new vampire, I don't have much control over my abilities. I haven't honed them yet. I fucked up. In trying to erase that one memory, I actually ended up erasing pretty much her entire sense of self. And as such, I think she started wandering around as a random husk. And I screwed that up. Instead of telling her just to quit working at Whitechapel and work over there instead. Damn. You're bad and I should feel bad. I'm sorry. I was just trying to... New game time. Sorry, what's the new? I can't have this. No, I'm just kidding. It's when I'm playing these kind of games where you have these choices. I like to play through it with the choices I do, even if it's something I absolutely hate. Unless the game is being an utter dick to me and saying, use choice A, Choice A will get you butterflies and flowers. Choice B will get you evil stuff. And in reality, they flip them around for whatever stupid reason. Then I'll be like, what the fuck? And I'll go do it the proper way. As Zetran, you and I both know from LA Noire, we had that discussion on one of my other streams there. About how some of those choices were totally not what you were trying to say, or what the game led you to believe you were going to be saying. Okay, bring the medication to Thoro or report Thoro to Dr. Freud. We're going to bring the medicine to... Strickland. Because I believe he could be alright. We can fight this together.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo
Good, here you go.
is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Oh yeah, that's the good choice. Got a new key.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I've now gained access to another area. What?
How long must I wait, damn it?
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
How long's it going to take to fix me? Probably a month? A year?
Don't waste your time with
5 years. That's how long.
And you can kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Nope, don't want to be going out into the streets. Okay, his office is supposed to be above. Gosh, why am I getting so turned around in this place? I believe his office was right above mine, or right beside mine. It was the one door that was locked that I couldn't get in here. What kind of hidden treasures?
locked.
Damn it! One of these days I'll unlock these chests.
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
Doing anything? Anything? Come on. And take 5 shillings. Oops, there we go. M. Goswick's medical file. I wanted M. Goswick's medical file. Why did you not bring it up? M. Goswick's medical file. Diary. Oh, woods. Oh. There it is. Alright, patient Mortimer Goswick, male, age 23. Followed by Dr. Aykroyd, status convalescence, date of mission, 27th October, date of release to be determined. Notes the patient shows many signs of extreme fatigue and major sores on the throat, mouth, and tongue, but no sign of flu. Refuses to speak, claims it is too painful. Needs rest and healing of throat mucous membrane before any decision can be made concerning his release. And he's not infected. His throat is super sore.
It's locked, all right.
Locked?
It's locked.
Of all the places in the hospital with medicine cabinets just sitting out in the open for patients and doctors to just randomly ransacking going to his room behind it, which is behind a locked door, is the only one with locked medicine cabinets. gosh.
I'm in
yeah, there you
pain.
go.
I need my medication.
No, no, you don't need Jack. Ooh. You are who I'm looking for.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
What the hell is this guy's problem?
I have to go now, sir.
Alright, so the docks. Still a lot of people to go check out. Over here, we are healthy. In fact, we're at 99%. If I can cure this, learn the treatment for headache, and then treat Oswald Thatcher, we will be fully sanitized. Now, Whitechapel is in serious threat just because the pillar's gone. And then I need to do this. It'd be critical if I hadn't healed all those people.
Don't waste your time with me.
Damn it. Alright, let's go talk to Swansea. Kicking myself so much about that.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
I love you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
It's so obvious, you dolt.
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes, he died differently.
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I might turn London into my realm. Okay, now here's the problem with what he's stated. I just learned from that other vampire lady that by giving others my blood, that's how they turn into vampires. So if I use parts of my blood to develop a cure, there's a very good chance that I turn everybody into vampires. Too
But the
dangerous.
risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll
Did you
discuss
not
this
hear
more
the
later.
just turning
Thank
people
you
into
for your time.
vampires part?
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My
Kill
sister.
her. What about it?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Oh, I
Please
see.
accept my condolences.
He doesn't know that I killed her, right? Should probably keep that a little close to my chest there.
I need to talk to you, Edgar.
Please do so.
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Did something happen? She seems such a
Maybe.
very capable woman.
She wanted discreet, so we're not going to say that she
Let's just
blackmailed.
say we had a difference of opinion, and I had to ask her to leave. Permanently.
I believe you. But as administrator of this facility, I would like to be consulted on such matters in the future.
So you manage a hospital financed by a vampire?
Said that a
Yes,
little.
Pembroke was founded by Lady
darkly.
Ashbury. She's also our largest donor.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunters in the East End?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Priwen. Zealots to the last man.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention, but they concluded vampires were a scourge.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous and not to be trifled with. To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
We'll talk later.
Fair enough. Maybe I should up my blood next. It looks funny having the bar that low compared to the other ones. Alright, let's go put our sister
I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Yeah. Alright, Mary. Oh, hey. I can go this way. Yeah, District 6. Yes. Ooh, nuns.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Look at this. Dead bodies to loot in the street. Riveting. Whoop. Oink. More money. Yoink. I have not traversed this way like. Huh. Curious if this is leading me anywhere. Oh, looks like it's probably just a quick way to. Ah. Fast travel system! Vampire form. Well, we want to go in here, but looks like we've got some people blocking the way. Another guy over here.
It's an leech! Kill it!
Okay. Left trigger. I guess that's what it looks like. Ah! Nice! Seal this. Coagulate. Alright, I want to see how this works. What we're going to do is use some blood. I don't have to hold it. I didn't notice any blood gain. It absorbs part of the target. Unless I did, I just didn't realize. That could also be the case. Which is why I want to do this experiment now, while things don't matter as heavily. By the way, it was a pretty neat thing to use.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
May not have the strength, that's the right thing to do. This way. Oh, hello. I don't need to drink, I just wanted a chance to regenerate my stamina. No problem. Shillings. Not sure if that's left as tribute on the dead. The dead. What's the story? But they are mine now.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. My mother would die if she were to see me in this state. I must wait.
But first, we will eat a rat.
I have this thirst for blood.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place.
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Thought that was somebody else coming in.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you
Yes,
here?
that is Lady Ashbury.
I thought
The
you could
right
use
game.
the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
I'm not a religious man. You should know that.
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for her.
He goes about
This is you
spouting how
telling
he's not
Mary
religious
how
all the
sorry
time. Figure
you
that's a
What should I do then?
little bit more his.
St. Mary's
answer.
Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
That is true. He has a very guilty conscience. Maybe a nice confession will be just what he needs. And here's hoping the priest won't suddenly turn out to be part of the pre-win gang and break out a stake and try to jump through the pulpit trying to get me.
This one's mine!
And control it. Oh, so I took some more healing when I drink. Oh my gosh. Let's see how that goes. Oh, it's kind of just my bite dude. Oh gosh, yeah, that's a decent chunk. How much do I heal? Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you very much for the follow. Oh shoot! Look at me get distracted totally. Alright. Let's finish up this battle here first. As I was saying, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Well, let's just go towards St. Mary's Church. Other way that I'm going. Thankfully, it wasn't a boss fight and I wasn't low health. Yeah, as I was saying, this is weighing heavily on his mind.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
He's pretty big.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide
Shit,
by
he's
them,
big.
or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Just with how large he is,
These
he makes me...
immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
He makes me think that he would be turned into one of the lycanthropes, or however they called them in this vampire form.
Mine! I'll take it.
Oh, yeah, you guys go fight. Have fun. Aha! I tricked you.
Christ! He's dead!
Or I want this experience to myself. Ha 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 ha! You fools! Oh, what the fuck was he? I'm guessing he was... Well, he said Ascalon's will. So I don't think he was him. More considering that he was saying he'd be coming as a judge and jury next time. That he's just a thug for the higher ups. I'm sure we'll see him again. He'll go with oh.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
No need for a kind ear. I don't need company. That's just
You seem to me
matter.
a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I like the options here. Words from one departed. This is a private concern. This is a private matter. He needs to get this off of his chest.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Shit.
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
There's an accident. I feel like this isn't important. Okay. She was murdered. It's an accident. And laid to rest. Well, of course she's been laid to rest. I don't know if I should say she was murdered or it was an accident. How does he feel? He continually says it was an accident. He didn't mean to. That also sounds like an excuse. I know you want to be honest, but you don't want it biting you in the ass, and that's the thing. I feel like this is a part where he's trying to bring it. That's why maybe I'll just say she's been murdered. It's the truth, but it isn't.
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Now, I feel responsible. She died because of me. I wish I could forget all this. Now, I don't know how the game's going to do this. If it's me personally, I could say she died because of me. She's like, oh, well, how did that happen? And then you could just say that she was looking for me in the corpse pits and she was murdered there. So if it wasn't for her looking for me, she would be okay. Thus, you know, me admitting that I killed her, but at the same time, not. That's how I would like to say it. But will the game put it that way? Or will she say she died because of me because I killed her? I'm going to try it. I'm going to pray that the game is following how
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
Promise to find those responsible. I swear it wasn't me. Please forgive me. Yeah, that's tough. I don't agree with the I swear it wasn't me, because it obviously was me, even if it was the hunger. But I promise to find those responsible, is what his main goal is right now, for turning him into a vampire, which led it to this. But at the same time, I feel like he feels so guilty. So really, I think he's looking for forgiveness for the fact that he killed her.
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
You seem perfectly pleasant about that.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
See, and that's the problem. He probably gets murder confessions on the daily. You know what, Zetran? I agree. With the area of town that he's in, and all that junk, yeah. Oh gosh, they're back already. Oh wow, yeah, that healing from the drinking now is actually really nice. Enough of this child so I can get out the gun. but guitar, please, please. Actually, I ran out of bullets. I'm not sure if you remember, if you were here at that point, or if you had left already. But I'd ran out of bullets for the gun, and I haven't really found any more. I think I have to buy some. Which is part of the reason why I put it away. Oh gosh. guards around me. Oh shit! We got one of these guys. But I have help. This is kind of interesting. Oh shit, he's fucking him up. Oh, this is one of the priests. Shit. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, none of that for you. Ow.
No rest for the weak. Watch out for them teeth!
Okay. Whew. Stopped him just in time. Oh, I can't jump up or anything. You got a really good perch there. Another one of these guys. That's what I was thinking that big guy was going to turn into if he transformed. Not that we've seen vampires transform necessarily in here. Yes, I'm going the correct way.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Is there a specific reason why we're doing this? Is there a riot? Satchels. And oh. Oop. Don't want to lose out on that. Ooh, more stuff. A cigarette case. Cigarette. I could sleep, but why? Here? Let's go out through the front door. Why was that gate closed and locked? I had unlocked all of them previously. Shoot. Nothing there. Let's see if you have anything to say about what's her face. Yeah.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I saw her wandering the streets. Yesterday, I think. She didn't recognize me. People say she's lost it. It's a sad story.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
I fucked her up.
Good evening.
His father would.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
If you propagate the devil's work, you'll perish by the devil's work. Such is the law of the Lord.
I have heard enough for tonight.
Fair enough. That's right. Still haven't. Still looking for that mute girl. I had something else to say. Well, not that she could say. I should probably go back to the chapel. Or hospital, I should say. That would be a quick way down.
People are talking about this Colossus.
you doing out of your house? Oh,
Good evening,
oh, shit.
Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now
He's
leave
looking
me
for
alone.
her.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
I regret it too. I wish she'd continued working at the Pembroke Hospital. She was a good nurse.
So you put an end to the operation. Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel.
Angel, yes, she already talked. How do you guys feel about CCG's collectible card games? Oh dear. Okay. I like them in theory, but I find the randomness to them rather displeasing. Like, for example, you could have an expertly made deck. It's, tournament standard, great stuff. But you can get fucked over by doing nothing but... Let's use Magic the Gathering, for example. Because I find most people are familiar with that. You can get nothing but, like, 10 lands in a row. Sure, you got a lot of lands, but if the other person got, like, some monsters and stuff out there, now you're behind in that. So... It's like, just buy the cards you want off of eBay. Yeah, there's that aspect too that I don't like. I suppose now that Mox brought that up, the whole you only have a chance again. Now living card games, those I actually like how they do those a lot more. It's still a CCG, but for example, the one that I played was Call of Cthulhu through Fantasy Flight. I know Travesty played that as well. We had played a few times together. Anything with a living card game that they had with that is each set had guaranteed the exact same cards every time. So you'd buy the sets that you want for the cards, and you could have up to 4 of a certain single card. Pretty standard rules in that aspect. And so this way, you could actually build the deck that you want. And they'd still get money off of that because there'd be all these other cards that you don't want necessarily inside the same set. But you were able to build different themed decks and all that fun stuff. But I love the fact that it wasn't just some random, oh, I'm throwing money out there, and then, oh, like Magic the Gathering, if you want to play competitively or in some games and so on, you have to be continually current. So your old cards, you can't use them unless it's using a legacy format. Hey, chance someone who's never played CCG before, what's your best digital one to cut your teeth? Hearthstone, that one's the most popular one. So you'll find lots of matches on there. And it is pretty easy and straightforward. Now the thing with that one is you also have a hero, so it is also a little bit more in depth than some CCGs, because some other ones you just have concentrate on your monsters, and then they're attacking an invisible player that's not necessarily on the one. Elder Scrolls Legend was oh frick, man, that one was actually a lot of fun, but that one was very hard, I found. because you had the two different sides of the board that you had to worry about. What was it? One you could attack instantly, or was it that you didn't know what the enemy had? I don't remember, it's been a while. Strands of Fate was another one, I think. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure myself. I haven't played too many of them online.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
That's interesting. I heard about Call of Cthulhu. I really enjoyed Call of Cthulhu. It's not really a battle against each other trying to whittle down health points and all that. You're trying to compete for clues and so on within 3 different realms. And each deck had unique mechanics up to it as well. Like if you were playing as the humans, insanity could screw with you a lot, yes, but you had a lot more help going for you for finding clues to gain the quest, to complete it. It was a lot easier for them, they could look through their decks and all that. I personally enjoyed playing the Cthulhu portion because of the fact that I liked it causing insanity. It was a lot of fun. And there were a few other kinds as well. Some that will focus more on combat. Yeah, but it's been years since I've actually looked at it. I have it somewhere. And you got these cool little Cthulhu statues as well that I really enjoyed.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
Oh, I'd let him.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
I'd let him punch me on my chops. I deserve it.
City is doomed.
Sorry, damn it. Okay, so it is this way. Yeah, you laugh now, Zedran. Shut up. I'm beating myself up about that. Because now this place isn't going to be... It's going to stay serious. It's always going to be rough to travel through. Oh.
Die, vermin!
Oh shit! I didn't even see him there. What up? Whoop, whoop. Gotta do the zigzag pattern, right? Oh shit, that was instant. That's grease. I thought there was... Oh. We're going to go ahead and go like... Okay, I'm not sure if that was my hits there. Oh, fuck me! Oh, I'm sorry! finish it off. I went really low there. Now I will slowly regenerate. No, I'm not going to cut through the air. I'm going to go through. So, Guitar, what brought up the question about the CCGs? Were you looking at...
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you.
You're looking at getting into one is why you were asking? Oh, this must be my master.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Some kind of crazy horn things on his head.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones and blackened soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
That's interesting. He had an odd form to him as well. What happened here?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No.
Whoa.
I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him.
Not the guy with the bandage around his... I'm so terrible with
Goodbye,
names.
nurse.
I'm so terrible with names.
Disgust on every street.
Good evening, Nurse Hawk.
Good evening, Doc.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawk.
He has nothing to say. What you?
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
Ooh.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
She's actually looking a little worse than...
I'll leave you.
Your last thoughts would be, sir.
Or she normally looks.
Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
Goodbye.
Nobody else has anything to say about this, eh? Yeah, so that was the guy that was over here. I think that was the gossip.
Jonathan, my sincere condolences for your loss.
Your kindness is much appreciated, my lady.
Is there anything you require?
I'm gonna go get some sushi. Alright, you have yourself a good evening, Guitar. I'm probably going to be wrapping up the stream right here pretty much once I finish a little bit of talking anyways.
I spied my mother at the funeral. Have you ever revealed yourself to a member of your family?
No, Jonathan. And I'd
Never
advise
too
you
late for
even from
sushi.
thinking about it.
Especially when it's a nice night out. Sometimes it's beautiful when you could just walk and relax in the nice cool air. I find nighttime is a lot more relaxing than walking around during the day.
Are we then condemned to lie to those we love?
We are creatures of deception, my friend. But this is more for their sake than ours.
But what if I was close to someone and wished to tell them the truth?
Like the
Fear,
priest.
loathing, disgust. And then they will plead to be turned. They will see it as salvation. Then there's the risk of gaining the attention of vampire hunters.
Wow, that's quite the win.
Are we
I haven't been outside all
condemned to
too
attend
much
the funerals
when it's
of
been
all
windy
we
out,
love?
so I couldn't quite say.
Dying is the final act of life, Jonathan. Present company excluded. Accept it.
I don't know what to expect. Am I cursed to an eternity of solitude?
With time, we Ekon tend to go into isolation. If we survive long enough, that is.
As a practitioner of the medical sciences, I'm prepared for the death of loved ones. But mourning in the shadows, deprived of sharing one's grief.
We are no longer a part of the circle of life and death. We are undead, my friend. And so we are outcasts.
Goodbye, my lady.
Right then. Well, I'm sure Dr. Swansea will have something to say about all that.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the guard.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Alright, and there's the autosave. Complete. Okay, there we are. So that's a good place to stop for the evening. So thank you everyone for once again coming along in the lovely trek of Vampyr. Slowly getting through the game. By the looks of it, we have gone, oops, in terms of where we've gone on the map, we've gone through the hospital, we've gone all through the cemetery, all through Whitechapel. We had a bit of fun at the docks. Looks like we're going back there. We still have the west end to go, all up over here, North Docks and Western Docks. So still a little ways to explore. Overall, things are going along pretty well, I think. Except for a couple decisions that I'm not too pleased with. But that's the way things go. So, anyways. Alright. So you all have yourselves a wonderful evening. We'll catch you next time.